This will be the Slenderman method explained and the full high growth system that comes with it. Alright, so the whole point of the Slenderman method is for the people who are pretty much done growing, right? It's if you're still growing, this is like perfect, right? Because I mean, it's gonna like easily speed up your growth and give you more potential. But this is more specifically for the people who are like done growing. They're not seeing any high growth. They haven't grown in years. They're trying everything. They're still not seeing results, but they still have that like drive and urge inside of them to grow taller no matter what they do. They can't just accept it, right? Like, I could not accept my high growth, so I had to, put in the research, put in the work, and figure out what to do. And I did so. And by the way, before we get into this, I should show you my testimonials. So like this is me right here, my transformation from 5'8" to 6'2". From 17 to 19 years old, I stopped growing at like 16 years old, and I reactivated my plates and shot up to 6'2" by doing the mechanical methods and the slimmer method that I'm gonna be talking about in this video. And I also have a couple other people I've helped too with similar situations. But back to what I was talking about. This is basically for the people who are done growing and they need a system that's going to work, right? So, pretty much the whole concept of this is going to be reactivating your growth plates, and not necessarily where you can just like open it, right? And it just grows automatically. Like you got to actually put in the work daily, right? You can't just open them and then not do nothing. You got to open them and like actually like lock in, right? So, we're going to be reactivating the growth plates, and this is how we're going to do so. So we're going to be starting with mechanical methods. This is how you're going to be growing taller in the first place. Mechanical methods is what I preach. If you guys know who I am already, you guys know I talk about mechanical methods all the time. And they're not that complicated really. So pretty much what you do is you do a certain, series of methods. So you start with the microfractures. You start by doing microfractures and then you transition into stretching. And pretty much the whole concept of this is that you pretty much break the bone, right? Like you microfracture the bone a little bit. And the whole concept is that it grows longer, right? That's pretty much the goal of what microfractures are going to do. Now, the thing with microfractures is that whenever you do microfractures, most people would get the microfractures, and the result of that would be denser bones, right? So the whole point of stretching is to make it longer, because if you don't know already, once you get microfractures, if you just keep walking and stuff, and you're just walking throughout the day, you're not stretching it, it's going to get denser because it's getting compressed. If you actually stretch it, right, so let's say this is your bone here, and you actually stretch the bone and the muscles and tendons that all go with it, what will happen is that it will actually start getting longer instead of denser while it's trying to repair itself. And that's what the whole goal of this. And once you do this for a substantial period of time, so you do this for like months to even years, you're going to see like great results, right? So that's why we're doing this. Add a bonus too with the stretching. So what happens is whenever you stretch your legs, pretty much this is what happens. So you have your muscles here, right? So you're gonna have your bone and you're gonna have your muscles, right? If you stretch it, what happens is your bones stay the same, but your muscles actually stretch out longer. So like it looks kind of like this. So this is normally how your legs look like, but whenever you stretch it out, it kind of looks like this. And as you can see, the bone is much, longer. The muscle, I can't talk. The muscle is much longer than the bone. And pretty much what happens is whenever you can get your muscle stretched out for a long period of time, eventually the bone will slowly follow. So not only is, the bone going to slowly follow the muscles, right? If you also combine this with the microfracture stretch method, your bones are going to be able to grow a lot longer, or it's going to be a lot more efficient for it to grow longer. Because now it's getting the combination of trying to repair the microfractures while it's being stretched, while also trying to follow the muscles. So when you combine both of these at the same time, it's like the best way to, actually put your body in the environment for growth mechanically, okay? And also we're going to be talking about plastic deformation. So this is just kind of the same topic about the microfractures and stretching, but basically what you do is, again, you have your bones, you have your muscles, and you get it stretched out like this. And then the bone will follow the muscles, and that will all turn into this, where the bone is substantially longer than before. And if we put this into your height growth, let's say a 5'8" guy does this, right? A 5'8" guy does this for like 2 years, right? Consistently, he's locked in every single day, 2 years. He goes from 5'8" to like 6'2", and as you can see, I'm making the bones substantially longer because they got longer, right? And that's how you're going to be growing. So, if you're interested in learning everything about the Slenderman method, the mechanical methods, the stretching, all my systems, everything that goes into the mechanical methods, everything that goes into the Slenderman method itself, I start with the foundation because the foundation is very important. I talk about the hormonal optimization because that's also very important. I also talk about the thing that I specialize in is your mechanical methods, right? We talk about what specific exercises to do, what specific stretches to do, and we get you right. All right, and I will also, once you join, you also get a personalized plan plus direct access to me, one-on-one coaching, and I'll be here with you, guiding you throughout everything you need to do. If you have any questions, you let me know. I get to you as fast as possible. All right, I'm busy throughout the day, so I won't be able to get to you right away unless I'm active, but yeah. I also have the 3-year ascension plan in there. So it's like a big ascension plan where we ascend your face, your frame, and your height. The verses in that will also be in there. And we have multiple methods like the Slenderman method, the advanced Slenderman method, the hormone protocol, the bone growth diet, posture plus hydration protocol, the physique blueprint, the spine lengthening protocol, the leg lengthening protocol, the frame maxing guide, the growing facial bones protocol, and we also have the frog guide. We also have a lot more than that too. But those are just a few that are right here. So like this thing is packed with just straight knowledge, right? Straight knowledge. And by the way, before we end the video, I just want to say, if you're not doing the foundation, so you're not focused on, your sleep, you're not focused on sunlight, you're not focused on food, right? You're not getting the right foods. That's like the force. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Let's do like an egg. Sure. If you're not focused on good food, you're not focused on exercising, then you're not going to be able to do this, right? So the whole point of this, like if you go back to here, the number one thing is the foundation. You got to lock in the foundation, right? The reason why I even created this method is because the foundation itself doesn't work for everybody, right? It works for some people, it doesn't work for everybody. It didn't work for me, so that's whenever I got into hormone optimization and mechanical methods, and that's how you're truly going to stimulate growth, and it's going to work for anybody for the most part. So if you guys are ready to learn, it'll be inside, top link in the description. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I also have a free community that will be in the link in the description too. So if you're interested in that, check that out. All right, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.